Good afternoon, everyone. Afternoon. Thank you. I'm looking around, and I think I've had the pleasure of saying hello to each and every one of you, but just in case, I'm Drew Casertano, and I have the privilege of being headmaster here. And what a pleasure it is to welcome you all to Millbrook School, to this next chapter in your child, or in some cases, children's lives. And to 13 of you, welcome back. My wife Linda and I are the veterans of 12 boarding school drop-offs. And the first, of course, was the most memorable. As I was at the headmaster's reception after, having said goodbye to our oldest son, standing awkwardly, not quite sure what to do, a former colleague and very close friend walked up to me, sensing my awkwardness, and said, "Remember what the headmaster said to parents?" And in response to my blank stare, she said, "Just leave." We don't want you to just leave, and you indeed will leave soon enough. But before you do, I want to share some thoughts, very few thoughts, and then more importantly, some introductions for you to take with you as you do leave. First, remember the purpose of adolescence. When your children, our children, are supposed to grow away from us as parents, to become productive and responsible, or on their way to becoming productive and responsible adults. Sounds poetic, romantic even, until we remember this: the sweet, loving, compliant 10-year-old boy who once sat on our laps and said, "I love you," who now at 15 becomes hairy, smelly, grouchy, and he responds to a parent's farewell of "have a good time" with "don't tell me what to do." If you are anything like Linda and I were, parents need help in raising teenagers to be those responsible young adults, and that's exactly what you have here at Millbrook in our faculty and staff. So, think of this when you gain a community of adults whose expertise is adolescence, and always keep in mind these two qualities about Millbrook, which indeed make Millbrook Millbrook. The first is our mission: to prepare students for college and lives of meaning and consequence. To prepare students for college and lives of meaning and consequence. We help our students to create their best selves in ways that serve the common good, to create their best selves in ways that serve the common good by instilling the values of respect, integrity, stewardship, service, and curiosity. Everything that happens here is built on that foundation and that framework. And then second, every student is known, and every student is needed. Our size makes it possible to utilize the collective wisdom of the faculty for the benefit and growth of each student, to help them to find their best selves. And it allows us to give every student real responsibility for their own lives and for the well-being of this community. So remember those two things. And to help you visualize your relationship with us, I want you to think of a triangle. The returners will remember this. The faculty is at one side of the triangle, you, the parents and family, are at the other side of the triangle. The student is at the apex, or students. Now, it's been my experience that some people's children, perhaps not yours, try to flatten the triangle and make sure that everything that you know about us and their experience at Millbrook flows through them, filtered through them. And by the way, everything we hear about you and come to know about you flows through them. This is not good. To make sure that the triangle stays like this, the one person you need to know and the one name and the one source of contact information that you need to have before you leave is your child's advisor. The name, remember it. It's actually on the website. Under your child's profile and classes, you can find it. And the contact information there, it's usually first initial, last name at millbrook.org. And when all those fails and you don't know who to contact, Casertano at millbrook.org. Right? I will send you where to go, where you need to go. The second image, so you have the triangle, you can remember that. The second image is a 3-stranded braided rope. You try to braid through 2 strands, that is you and your child, and it falls apart pretty easily. Hard to do. In fact, impossible to do. But you put a 3rd strand in there and you get something much, much stronger than any of the 1 strands. So you're 1 strand, your child's the other, and we're the 3rd. And we're going to work together in that interconnected, intertwined way to help your child develop her or his best self in ways that will serve the common good. So before I send you off, some final words. And these are from a dear friend, former distinguished head of school and longtime head of the New York Association of Independent Schools. And I have referred to him many times as the philosopher king of independent schools. He wrote some time ago, actually in 2004, "It's no secret that motivation in children grows in an atmosphere of intimacy with committed adults who believe in their mission, and numbers small enough so that every child is understood and recognized as a worthy human being." Isn't that wonderful? What's wonderful about that, that's who we are, and that's where you are now. Welcome.